Welcome back to Aiki Insights. We're going to start a new. Thank you to Stuart again for his wonderful uke and his insights as uke, which will be probably more insightful now as shite, because we're going to start a new series from here on the importance of base as uke. A lot of people just when they're training, they feel that uke is just buying time, waiting to be shite again, or the receiver of the technique uke is just buying time to do the technique and learn the technique for their turn. And in the beginning, it's hard to convince people that it's anything other. But the truth, I believe, this is my opinion, is that uke, if we can take the mindset of uke allowing us to do at least two significant things. The first thing being, it gives us greater insight into the technique. So when we do shite, we know what we want uke to feel, how we want uke to be in terms of their shape and position, and where we want uke's balance, because we've felt it. We can reproduce that when we get to shite. So it's an important insight into shite, especially when you're training with people who are uke that are higher belts than you, who bring greater knowledge than you have. So there is so much knowledge and so much learning to happen when you're shite. So be shite as much, be uke as much as you can with higher belts. And if you're lucky enough to have higher belts be uke for you, watch what they're doing as much as what you're doing. Secondly, uke gives you the ability to learn the other half of the art. In my opinion, it allows us, if we apply the right mindset and principle of basing ourselves and keeping our posture throughout the sections of uke, we understand the different junctures. In shite, I've been talking about the different junctures within the matrix. There's another layer again as uke within the matrix if you just take the mindset of keeping your posture at each juncture with a thinking and open mind about where the escape is, or where the exploitative moment is, or where shite's balance, poise, and strength is. Then you start to think and feel in a whole new way as uke of how techniques using the same principles as you do as shite can apply as uke. Let me use again ikkajo as a vehicle for this episode. So we're going to pull apart, just because it's just one technique, and you can do this with any technique. Kata mochi ikkajo osai. Ichi. So Stuart's going to be shite, I'm going to be uke. So I grab kata mochi and I pull, it comes into 45 degrees. Now at this point, already I'm thinking I'm keeping my base and my posture, or my kamae is what we call it in our art. And from here, I'm thinking, what can I do? I'm already thinking from here, uragorami is a very good option. I just need to pull here and then drop. So from here, 1, 2, and down. We have only moved to the atemi so far. Okay, let's continue on. 1. He comes up to here. Now at this point, I'm thinking, he wants to go that way. I can't come back at him because his technique is good, his kamae, his base is good. But if I keep my base, I can go down into a position that I dictate terms on. Then I have this hand straight away here, and I can throw with kotegaeshi palms. We'll do that again. So 1, 2, turn, just come down, then kotegaeshi from this way. None of this happens if you're not thinking and feeling as uke. 1, 2, down, then here. Let's progress a little further and see what happens. 1, 2, down to here. Now, if I don't have my 3 points of reference and I'm based, for example, if I'm like this or whatever, I've got no option to do anything. I'm just his piece of meat. But if I have my 3 points of reference, now I do have something in my arsenal. His pressure's coming down on me. I can feel that, so I can't get back up at him. But what I can do is yield, drop, and throw him. Do that this way. So I grab, 1, 2, 3. Maybe this isn't good. We'll go over here. 1, 2. I'm still basing. Now at this point, I'm just going to shift my center with Hiriki no Yosei, shift with my hips, and use that shifting power to drop and bring him over me with a koki nugget. So from here, the shift. Ooh. One more time. Hey. 1, 2, cool. And finish. Other angle. Maybe this way. Hey. 1, 2. Kick and throw. So this is just 3 stages as uke along the way. The first was uragurami. The second was kotegaishi. Here, I just drop down. I've got this, then just this one. And the third was a sutemi version of koki nugget. I'm going this way. Just directing this way. And that's without thinking too hard or fast. That's just one option at each juncture in that motion. So that's kata mochi ikkajo, keeping the principle of base as uke and a mindset of what's the riai that that's available to me. I just want to make one last point. You notice I grab like this. I grab this way. I didn't grab this way. For this technique, it's always grab this way and a strong pull this way or this way. Considering that, and this is something that Joe Tambu Sensei is talking a lot about at the moment, how the old has become new again. If we think of the military or the police, and we also think about the time in which the context of this art was produced, they had armor, and the armor had plates. And for this technique, it's grabbing over the top of the top plate and pulling to pull them in, or grabbing the side of the plate, which is this one, and pulling. If you think about people with military now, and with the police or security, they wear vests which have the same armor. So these same these same techniques and attacks are relevant just as much today as they were hundreds of years ago. Police and security will get a grab that goes over their armor here, or to the side of their armor here, or the vests. So keep that in mind, that if you're thinking, oh yeah, but who's going to grab you like that, or who's going to grab you like that? They will grab you like that, or they will grab you like that, especially if you're working in the security or policing or military industry. That's just a final point I wanted to finish on. So we're going to progress now the importance of uke, but the importance of base within uke. We talk a lot about the importance of base or structure with kamae in shite. I want to explore the same feeling or the same importance and significance of that principle as uke, and hopefully allow you to expand your learning and expand your training in what's the word I'm looking for? Where something doubles and
exponentially.
Exponentially. Thank you. And we'll finish with the last word from Stuart. What's the sense as shite in these?
Yeah, well, as stay learning the technique, we often think of like exploiting uke as empty space, but the tables were turned. Whereas stay, you do have an empty space, and that was exploited. So It's same principles, but from both sides.
And I think the benefit of that is when you start thinking this way as uke, you start thinking also that way as shite with your uke. So that it tightens up your shite. And there's less space for, when you're doing shite, for uke to exploit. You start becoming a little bit more aware that your sloppiness might be actually giving uke an opportunity. Hope you enjoyed our first episode for the base uke series. See you next time.
Us.